Hello and welcome to CKE 10,000 List Gaming Channel. In this video, we'll be looking at my Ayakashi Triangle 8 standby deck profile. Kind of take it as a template, change up the level zeros or whatever card ratios to meet your playstyle. And keynote, this should be the 003500 runner if you have it. I'm only running this, I guess, beater card instead because I don't want to swap cards between my Suzu deck and my standby deck, the 8 gate deck, because they're in that deck at the moment. So without further ado, let's begin. So I'm running 4 copies of Memories of Her Childhood Suzu. When this card attacks, you can discard a card, look at top 4, and add a character, and then put the rest into your waiting room. Helps you get any cards you need, as well as set up your waiting room for your standby targets. So 4 copies of that. 3 copies of Happiness at Her Fingertips Suzu. It's a 4K if it has a marker, and on play you can reveal the top card of your deck, and if it's a character or event, you may put it face down underneath this card as a marker. But as I mentioned before, it should be the runner if you have it. 2 copies of Redoing That Pajama Party Suzu. On play from stage. On play from hand to your stage. When this card plays on stage from your hand or attacks, you can discard a character. If you do, draw a card. And then it's a level 0 bomber as well. 2 copies of Good Idea Suzu. When this card is placed on stage, you draw and then discard. And you can activate, pay 1, put this card in your waiting room, look at top 4, grab a character, put the rest into your waiting room. Helps against set up standby targets in the waiting room. 2 copies of Would You Like to Try Rail? When this card is placed on stage from your hand, look at the top card of your deck, put it on top of your deck or into your waiting room, and when a climax is placed on your climax area, you can return this card to your hand. If you do, choose one of your characters, and that character gets plus 1000 power and the following ability until end of turn. When this card attacks, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 card from one, put it on top of your deck, and put the rest into your waiting room. So it helps you, again, dig your deck deeper to get into your standby, triggering your standby climaxes. That card also gets 1 card deeper as well. 1 copy of Temporary Daily Life Matsuri. On play from hand to the stage, you can put a character from your hand into your clock. If you do, look at top 3 to grab a card. 2 copies of The Ricky. 1 copy of the Self-Rest Salvaging Brainstormer. And on play, you can grab a card from your clock, add it to your hand, and put a card from your hand into your clock. So you might also want to think about, I guess, adding more Brainstormers to the deck, but from the few games I played, it didn't feel like it needed it, because it had this and that to help mill. 1 Climax Swapper. 2 of these 1/1 standby targets at level 0 to standby this at level 0. If you have 2 or more other characters, this card gets switched in power and hand encore, and when this card attacks, you can pay 1 to double trigger check. Again, more trigger checks, more standby climaxes. Right? And you have a blessing combo at level 1. During your turn, this card gets plus 4000 power, and has a climax combo. When Real Kiss is placed on your climax area, if you have 3 or more other characters, this card gets the following abilities until end of turn. When this card attacks, you can pay 1. If you do trigger check 2 times during a trigger check, and at the end of this card's attack, reveal top card of your deck. Choose 1 level X or lower character in your waiting room, return it to your hand. X equals to the level of the revealed card. 1 copy of the Grammy Hunter Lucy. It's your early play change punish backup. And then 2 copies of this card, kind of the main reason you would play standby in this set. Speedster Exorcist Ninja Soga. When you use this card's backup effect, you can pay 2 and put a character from your hand into your main room. If you do, choose one of your opponent's characters to -2 soul. So it's essentially a searchable neg soul counter. I'm running 4 copies of Burn with Concerns Matsuri. During this continuous, this card gets 2500 power for each other Omiko City character in your center stage. And when this card attacks, if you have 2 or more other Omiko City characters, you look at 2 cards from top of your deck, choose up to 1 card from one of them, put on top of your deck, put the rest into your waiting room. Again, stacking more standby climaxes to check. You can also try out the standby level 2. That's, I think, 10K of hand encore. But at the moment, I'm trying this out. And 3 copies of your early play Rail. If you have 4 more characters, this gets -1 level in hand. Once the card's placed on stage, you can choose one of the following effects and perform it. Look at top 3 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 card from them, put it in your hand, put the rest into your waiting room, or you can heal the top card of your clock into your waiting room. When this card attacks, if you have another Omiko City character, this card gets plus 3,000 power until the end of turn. And then your standby targets at level 2 is all these ones. Measuring every inch of his body, Rail. All your other Omiko City characters get plus 1500 power. It has a climax combo. If to continue what she was entrusted with is in your climax area, all your other Wind Exorcist Ninja Matsuri get plus 1000 power. And the following ability: at the beginning of your Encore step, you may pay 2, pitch a card. If you do, deal 2 damage to your opponent. And the funny thing is, because it triggers at the Encore step, if you check a standby climax during your trigger checks and stand by into one, those can get resolved as well. And they also don't have to be on the front. They don't have to be on the center stage. You can actually stand by them into your back row. So let's say you have 1 of these in the back row, and then you have 3 of these in the front row already, and you stand by a climax to get a 4th on the back. All 4 would still trigger, from my understanding. And then 4 copies of Wind Exorcist Ninja Matsuri. If you have 2 or more other Omiko City characters, this card gets plus 2,000 power, continuous, and once the card is placed on stage from your hand, you can heal 1. And at the beginning of your Encore step, if you do not have another rested character in your center stage, you may pay the cost, which is pay 1. If you do, rest this card. So cheaper Encore. And then the last 8 cards are the climax cards. 4 Real Kiss for your low 1 combo, and 4 to continue with what she was entrusted with, your low 3 combo. Alright, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, check EncoreDecks.com and the link in the description below to see an overview of this deck build.